Question 1. The air compressor governor controls A. The speed of the air compressor. B. When air is pumped into the air storage tanks. C. The temperature of the air compressor. Answer. B. When air is pumped into the air storage tanks. The governor determines when the air compressor will pump air into the air storage tanks. Question 2. The brake pedal in vehicles with air brakes is used to A. Apply the steering axle brakes. B. Control the air pressure in the brake system. C. Control the electric brakes. Answer. B. Control the air pressure in the brake system. The harder you press, the more air pressure you send to the brakes. Question 3. In air brake systems, the air storage tanks are used to A. Store air that controls the brake. B. Release air pressure when braking. C. Purify the air before it's used. Answer. A. Store air that controls the brake. The tanks store enough air to allow the brakes to be used several times, even if the compressor stops working. Question 4. Excessive use of the service brakes results in A. Increased fuel efficiency. B. Brake fade or failure. C. Improved brake performance. Answer. B. Brake fade or failure. Over-reliance on the service brakes can lead to overheating and reduced braking efficiency. Question 5. The safety valve is set to open at A. 150 psi. B. 200 psi. C. 100 psi. Answer. A. 150 psi. The safety valve releases air to prevent too much pressure buildup. Question 6. The brake system that applies and releases the brakes when the driver uses the brake pedal is the A. Emergency brake system. B. Parking brake system. C. Service brake system. Answer. C. Service brake system. This is the primary system for slowing and stopping the vehicle. Question 7. The blank keeps air and water out of the brake system. A. Brake pedal. B. Air compressor. C. One-way check valve. Answer. C. One-way check valve. It allows air to flow in one direction only. Question 8. If your vehicle has an alcohol evaporator, it is there to A. Improve fuel efficiency. B. Reduce the risk of ice in air brake valves. C. Increase brake performance. Answer. B. Reduce the risk of ice in air brake valves. The evaporator introduces alcohol into the system to prevent freezing. Question 9. The air loss rate for a straight truck or bus with the engine off and brakes on should not be more than A. 3 psi in 1 minute. B. 2 psi in 1 minute. C. 4 psi in 1 minute. Answer. A. 3 psi in 1 minute. This ensures the system is maintaining pressure effectively. Question 10. During normal driving, spring brakes are usually held back by A. Air pressure. B. Mechanical force. C. Hydraulic fluid. Answer. A. Air pressure. The spring brakes are held in the off position by air pressure. Question 11. The air compressor should start pumping by A. 100 psi. B. 125 psi. C. 150 psi. Answer. B. 125 psi. The compressor should start pumping when tank pressure drops to 125 psi. Question 12. To test the static air leakage rate, you should A. Turn off the engine and release the parking brake. B. Turn on the engine and apply the service brake. C. Turn off the engine and apply the service brake. Answer. C. Turn off the engine and apply the service brake. This will help determine if the system can hold air. Question 13. The air brake lag distance at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement adds about A. 32 feet. B. 10 feet. C. 61 feet. Answer: A. 32 feet. This is the distance your vehicle will continue to travel before the brakes start to take effect. Question 14. If the air compressor is belt-driven, you should check the air compressor drive belt before driving to ensure: A. It is slightly loose. B. It is properly tightened. C. It is slightly frayed. Answer: B. It is properly tightened. A loose belt can lead to compressor failure. Question 15. The blank tells you how much pressure is in the air tanks. A. Application pressure gauge. B. Oil pressure gauge. C. Air pressure gauge. Answer: C. Air pressure gauge. It indicates the pressure in the air tanks. Question 16. The most common type of foundation brake found on heavy vehicles is the A. Disc brake. B. Drum brake. C. Hydraulic brake. Answer: B. Drum brake. It's the standard for most heavy-duty vehicles. Question 17. The purpose of the supply pressure gauge is to: A. Show how much air pressure you are applying. B. Show how much pressure is in the air tanks. C. Indicate the condition of the air filter. Answer: B. Show how much pressure is in the air tanks. It gives a reading of the air tank pressure. Question 18. If your vehicle has a dual air brake system, it will have: A. 2 separate air brake systems. B. 1 primary and 1 secondary brake system. C. 2 service brake systems. Answer: B. 1 primary and 1 secondary brake system. This ensures redundancy and safety. Question 19. The brake system that applies and releases the brakes when the driver uses the parking brake control is the A. Service brake system. B. Emergency brake system. C. Parking brake system. Answer: C. Parking brake system. It's specifically for parking situations. Question 20. The air compressor stops pumping at what PSI to avoid excessive pressure? A. 125 PSI. B. 150 PSI. C. 100 PSI. Answer: A. 125 PSI. The compressor stops to prevent overpressurization. Question 21. This cam forces the brake shoes away from one another and presses them against the A. Brake drum. B. Brake disc. C. Brake pedal. Answer: A. Brake drum. This action causes the vehicle to slow down or stop. Question 22. The blank prevents air from flowing back to the compressor. A. One-way check valve. B. Brake valve. C. Safety valve. Answer: A. One-way check valve. It ensures air flows in only one direction. Question 23. The air brake system safety valve is set to open at A. 150 psi. B. 200 psi. C. 100 psi. Answer: A. 150 psi. It releases air to prevent overpressurization. Question 24. The application pressure gauge shows: A. The amount of air pressure in the air tanks. B. The amount of air pressure applied to the brakes. C. The condition of the air filter. Answer: B. The amount of air pressure applied to the brakes. It indicates how hard you're pressing the brake pedal. Question 25. The stopping distance for air brakes compared to hydraulic brakes is: A. Shorter. B. Longer. C. The same. Answer: B. Longer. Air brakes generally have a longer stopping distance than hydraulic brakes. Question 26. The brake pedal in air brake-equipped vehicles controls: A. The air pressure applied to put on the brakes. B. The hydraulic fluid in the brake system. C. The mechanical linkage to apply the brakes. Answer: A. The air pressure applied to put on the brakes. The harder you press, the more air pressure is applied. Question 27. The blank turns the compressor on and off to maintain correct air pressure. A. Brake pedal. B. Governor. C. Safety valve. Answer: B. Governor. It ensures the air pressure remains within the correct range. Question 28. If the low air pressure warning comes on, you should: A. Continue driving to your destination. B. Stop and safely park as soon as possible. C. Wait for the air pressure to build up again. Answer: B. Stop and safely park as soon as possible. It's unsafe to operate the vehicle with low air pressure. Question 29. The air storage tanks are used to: A. Store air that controls the service brake. B. Store hydraulic fluid for the brakes. C. Store air from the emergency brake system. Answer: A. Store air that controls the service brake. The tanks store compressed air. Question 30. The proper method to test for air leaks with a dual air system is to: A. Turn off the engine, release the parking brake, and time the air pressure drop. B. Turn on the engine, apply the service brake, and listen for leaks. C. Turn off the engine, apply the service brake, and time the air pressure drop. Answer: C. Turn off the engine, apply the service brake, and time the air pressure drop. This will help determine if the system is maintaining pressure effectively.